Black spots on patios and driveways, how do I deal with it? Before we get to deal with this, let's understand what caused this. This is like a fungus that grows on the stone, like algae. And what happens is you usually see it when there's trees around. So if there's trees in the area, though it's not exclusively because of that, you can have more of that appear on the stone. If you don't treat it, it can get worse. So it is important to keep on top of it, but there are limitations, and some people choose not to treat it, and I'll tell you in a minute why it is. So if you look a little closer, you can see these marks on the stone, and you can see there real bad black marks, and you can see this one is really badly affected. We've been cleaning hard surfaces, external surfaces for several years now, and sometimes you get to a place where the patio just simply is not responding. Something like this or something like that, no matter how hard you blast it with a pressure washer, you will not get those marks out. So what do you do? What can you do if you've cleaned your patio on a Saturday afternoon and you suddenly realize, heck, these black marks just don't go? It's important to understand what they are. They are referred to as lichen or lichen for some people. Lichen is something that grows in the stone, and it can be extremely difficult, if not impossible, to remove all of it just using a pressure washer. And sometimes you won't even remove it using a chemical. Now the question is, what would we do to treat something like that? The first thing is, before I tell you what you need to use, I want to make sure you know that this is a bleach, and this can kill the plant growth around the patio. So please understand that you are doing this at the risk for killing the grass around the patio as well as the plants. So please be aware that there is a risk. Also, what we found over the years, if you use a lot of water in cleaning the patio, because of that volume of water that washed onto the grass and the plants, usually this has diluted so much of this product that it doesn't usually cause problems. But if you use this product without applying a lot of water to the area prior, you're very likely going to kill some grass and plants. So what would be used? So there are some products on the market. Let me show you what I found. What you can consider to use. There is a product called Patio Black Spot Remover. There's also a brilliant product from our friends over at TileMaster called Algo. And then there is also the Extreme Patio Cleaner from Smart Seal. Now the common denominator between these products is a product called sodium hypochlorite, also known as swimming pool bleach in a liquid form. Now, each of these products has got a mixture of sodium hypochlorite and then some detergents, probably to a certain degree, in them. That makes each product different and make each product respond in a different way. I have used both the black spot remover and also the Algo from TileMaster, and they respond pretty similar to removing those black spots. It depends on how bad the area is that's affected, so you would need to test. What we tend to do is dilute it down and go in with a diluted version of the product rather than just putting it down neat, although sometimes if the stains are pretty bad, if the black marks are pretty bad, then you'd only have a choice but to use it neat, but understand the risk that you might kill some of the plants. And then how you would do this. We will first start by pressure washing the area, washing away all the dirt. Let the area dry off somewhat just by the sun beating down on the patio. Let the surface dry out a little bit, but of course the grass in the area around will still have will be water soaked with water, so it will not cause such a big problem if this product wash onto that. And then what we'll do is mix, probably depends how bad it is, either a 4:1 or a 1:1, meaning 50% of the product then with water and a watering can, and we pour it over the area. Now, the watering can will have the spout on the end, so you get a fountain effect, so it spreads evenly over the patio. Pour that over the patio and work it in with a broom. Leave it, but don't let it dry. You want to leave it for about half an hour. The moment you pour it on and you look at those little black spots, you will notice that it fizz up. It forms a little foam around those little black spots, and that's when you know it's working. A little tip: be careful with your clothes, because this product will strip the color right out of your trousers or any clothes that it gets in contact with. So watch out for that. And you want to leave it on there and you want to keep it wet. Now, if it's working, you don't want to dilute it down by just adding water. So you want to make another mixture of this and pour it on and leave it on for about 30 minutes, or you'll usually see how soon it works. Sometimes it works pretty quick and you don't need to leave it on there that long. Other times you might need to repeat it a few times, and other times you might need to put it down neat. So see how that works, and then once that's done, you can take your pressure washer and then wash it down again. Otherwise, sometimes it responds so well that you simply use your garden hose and just wash the area down. You don't need to pressure wash it again. In rare cases, we found if you really have a problem with this, the best way then is to use a hot pressure washer and wash that area with very high heat after the high sodium hypochlorite or similar has been applied to the area. I wish to make you aware there's also other products available. You can buy pure sodium hypochlorite on places like eBay or your swimming pool supply shop. Many times you might have a swimming pool already and you might have the product, so you can just simply use that on the patio, but please understand it might kill the grass around the area.